So just go outside your if loop, or not a loop but if condition, and just outside your if condition we will declare one more byte array variable like this, which is like a buffer. So declare byte array buffer is equal to new byte and square bracket, and give the size of your byte array. And just below this, what we will do is we will write this code, which is a little bit longer. So write socket dot begin receive from, and inside make a bracket, and we will pass some argument in this begin receive from bracket. First is the buffer variable, this is a byte array, comma 0, comma buffer dot length, comma socket flags dot none, comma ref ep remote, which we have declared above here, ep remote endpoint variable. After this ep remote, comma new async callback, and in the bracket pass message callback, comma buffer, once again the buffer variable. Okay, so I made this function, and let me make it visible. So just make this function for the callback, message callback, and you can copy this method by pausing if you want. Okay, now we will call this method in the connection or start button action perform. So go to your form once again and just select this start button and double click it, and in here we will write our code for calling the message function we have made, message callback function. So first of all, in this button click event we will make a try catch block once again like this. So try catch and just show a message for showing the exception, and inside this try block we will write the code. So first of all we will write the code for binding the message, which is like this. So write ep local, which is our endpoint variable, right above. This is ep local endpoint variable is equal to new ip endpoint, and in the bracket we will pass some argument. So first argument is the IP address dot parse, and in the bracket take the IP address from your local IP text box, which is the name of this text box, right? So copy the name of this text box and paste it there here, dot text, comma convert dot to int 32 text local port dot text. So now first we are taking the IP address from the text box, comma now we are taking the port name from our client 1 port text box. So copy the name of this text box and then write here convert dot to int 32, and in the bracket write the name of your text box, which is text local port dot text. So what this will do is it will convert whatever port number you will enter in your port text box into the int form, which will be recognized by the C# application. So write this, and then in the next line we will just bind this EP local. So just write like this. So write sck dot bind, and inside the bracket just pass this EP local variable here. Okay. Now in the next line I will connect my local IP with the remote IP, right? So I will write this. So just copy this EP remote variable which I have declared above, like this EP local variable is equal to new IP endpoint, same as this, and we are passing this time the remote text box name. So copy the name of this text box, client2 IP text box, and paste it here, dot text IP address dot pass bracket, and the text box name dot text, and the second is the IP of port number of your client 2. So convert dot to in 32, and inside this bracket pass text friend port, which is the port of client 2 dot text. Okay, and in the next line I just write this socket variable dot connect and pass this remote EP remote variable here. Okay, so I have done this, and in the next line I will start listening to the ports. So I will declare this byte buffer once again. Write byte square bracket buffer is equal to new byte, and give the size of your buffer, and just below this I will write this code. So write socket dot begin receive from, which is like the same as we have used here in the message callback method. So if you want, you can just copy this line of code from there and paste it here. So socket dot begin receive from, and in the bracket we will pass this buffer variable, comma 0, comma buffer dot length, comma socket flags dot none, so no socket flags, comma ref ep remote, which is the endpoint variable, so ep remote, comma new async callback, and inside this bracket what you need to do is just copy the name of your function, callback function. This is the callback function. Just copy the name of your message callback function and paste it here. Okay, comma the buffer name, so this is the buffer. Okay, so now once we are beginning the receiving the port messages, what we need to do is we need to change the status of our button, right? So once we click this start button and it knows that our IPs are connected, or we are connected to our second client, then it should show some message that we are connected. So we will write the code for that. So what we are going to do is just go to the form, click your button, start button, copy the name of this button. In my case it's button 1, but you can change it also. Just copy this button name and paste it here just below your socket begin receive form. Dot enabled is equal to true. Okay, No, actually we need to disable the button one when the connection is established. So we write false, right? So take the name of your start button dot enabled false, so it will make this button disable. And we want to set the text to this button as connected also. So just copy this button name once again, dot text is equal to connected. So what this will do is it will show the message that our port